Yonkers native, I'm back with another live. I'm back with another live. And this topic is, why would you give up your freedom and take somebody's life because they are wearing different colors? Now, here's the thing. We know that the Bloods and Crips started in Los Angeles, California. So this is something that's a history to them. I remember it coming to New York City in like 1994. I seen some brothers wearing black boots, black jeans, and red sweaters. So I started asking my friends, who are these people? He said, you're not gonna believe it. I said, try me. He said, these are Bloods, gang members. And I'm like, gang members, Bloods? I said, isn't that in Los Angeles, California? They said, well, they brought it to New York. Now here's the thing. Somebody's wearing red and somebody's wearing blue. And you would take somebody's life, take somebody away from their family, take somebody away from their dreams and career because they are walking with a different color on. So you would give up your whole life, you would get 25 years to life to do this. And this is why a lot of blacks don't like me. I've been called Uncle Tom. I've been called Uncle Ruckus. I've been called token Negro and everything in the book. I don't understand it. Like I said, this is the LA thing. I respect them because they have a history and it should have stayed there. See, this is why when it first came in, until this day, a lot of people from California said, y'all people from New York and other places are doing the tradition and doing this gang stuff, and y'all don't even know the tradition behind it, the history behind it. I know that I heard about after the Black Panther Party started, and after they dismantled the Black Panther Party, they just had some people, black men and black women, that was policing the neighborhood on gang members and people that was doing a lot of stuff. So that it was really for to protect their neighborhood. Now, I don't know if this is the true history about what I just said and about Tookie Williams, God rest his soul, because after he did what he did change his life. He did. Why would y'all do that? Why would y'all give up everything? Everything y'all give up because of this color stuff. And it's sad because they say when you go to LA and go to different places, you gotta ask them before I come there, what should I put on? Like, how do I have to, now all of a sudden, you gotta ask people how to dress, to walk into a neighborhood, and you might get off because you got on the wrong color. And you take somebody's life, you take somebody's child, you take somebody's husband, or even wife, because you got females that join us now. You take somebody that probably was from the hood, but wasn't hood. They was probably nerdy. They had good grades in school. They just probably got a scholarship to go to college because mostly in the hood, we don't have money to be spent like that. So they probably was so smart and they bust their behind, and schools watch their grades. A lot of colleges watch their grades, and they said, we're going to give you this scholarship to go to school if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a lawyer, a scientist. Because another thing, I'm going to get off the subject real quick. Another thing, we have to stop thinking that black people only know how to throw a football, that black people only know how to bounce a basketball. That's what we do. I'm going to go be a... No. Black people back in the days, we had scientists, We had doctors, lawyers, senators, judges, everything. So when these kids get this dream, and because they don't know nothing about the streets, correct? A lot of them nerds don't know anything about the streets. So what they do, they put on their clothes. They don't know the code. They're walking down the street. Somebody comes up to them, "What up, cuz? What set you rep?" And they go, "What are you talking about?" And before you could really defend yourself, they unalive you right there. Yes, yes. What up? What up? I mean, you know I'm gonna talk about it. You know I'm gonna talk about it. So you would give up your freedom. Now, when you go to jail, you gotta wake up when they tell you to wake up. You gotta take a shower when they tell you to take a shower. You gotta eat when they tell you to eat. You gotta take a dump when they tell you can do this. They're running your life. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the prison system is one of the most biggest money schemes to ever hit the planet Earth. Because I don't know if y'all know, I don't know if it changed, but I remember if every prisoner that they brought in jail was 50 grand. So that's why they're not trying to let you out. Every prisoner, I don't know if I'm right or not, but I heard people talk about it. Every prisoner is 50 grand. That's the biggest money scheme. And the sad thing about it, they know that's either going to be a black or Hispanic person that's going to get locked up for drugs, that's going to get locked up for gang violence, that's going to get locked up for robbery. They know this. I mean, we fall into the most craziest traps when it comes. Now, I'm a law enforcement. I'm public safety. And there's a lot of us and a lot of police officers that are good because we all have to take the blunt for what other corrupt police officers do. We have to take the blunt for that. So that's the biggest scheme, the biggest money maker to ever hit us. First of all, we living in the hood. Really ain't got none, but I blame a lot of us. But we're living in the hood on top of that with targets to go to prison. Thank you. With targets to go to jail. This is that's the biggest money. I'm telling you, that's the biggest money scheme. And you know what? Do you know that you can invest into the prison system? I found this out maybe 10 years ago, that you could invest in the prison system. They actually have places where you could invest in the prison system. Isn't that something? You can invest money. If I want to take money to invest in something, I can invest it into the prison system and I'll get paid. So that was the biggest scheme of all. But the thing is, a lot of us put ourselves in that situation. The Bloods and Crips. I respect them. This is what they do. They have a history. And if we don't know the history, how did we get involved? How did people from out of LA and out of Crenshaw and Long Beach, how did they get into this if they don't even know the history? If you go, Snoop even said it one time. He said, yo, a lot of y'all are doing this, but y'all don't know the history behind it. So we get involved in this, take somebody's lives. 2 lives are gone. The person that you unalived and your life, because he's going to the grave where his family and his mother or father have to put on suits and watch this person buried. And you are going to trial and you're getting sentenced and your whole life goes down the drain with no toilet paper. Because you decided you wanted to do this. You decided that the pressure was on because you got to be tough. And if you don't do this, you're soft. Isn't that something? And I hear a lot of these women go, yeah, give me a gangster. I don't want a nice guy. Give me somebody that just came out of jail. So a lot of these women that end up with all these kids and their gangster boyfriend either walks out on them or their gangster boyfriend goes to prison. Now you're there with no daddy. So now who you turn to? You turn to the government daddy. You turn to the government daddy that has to take care of you now. And then we all know about what happened when welfare was shut down and you had women on and guys on it saying that, oh, y'all taxpayers have to pay us. You gotta pay us. You gotta pay tax so we can get welfare. Because some people get complicit staying on that. But this is what's going on. And I'm looking at these gang members and I'm like, y'all going to prison? In and out. It's like a revolving door with us. Oh, Michael Jordan did. I forgot. Thank you. Michael Jordan, he is invested into the prison system. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, he is. It's no secret. Nobody's trying to hide it. But yeah, he's invested into the prison system. So you can do it. Anybody can do it. But it's sad that we get caught up into this when it's a money-making scheme. They want people to go to prison. That's how the judges and everybody else stays rich. Just keep bringing these people in. Just keep doing what y'all doing. You know, getting caught is just a cover-up. You know, oh yeah, we doing our job. You know, we putting them in jail. Meaning they getting all this money for these prisoners. Then I'm hearing the food there is horrible because I went to Scared Straight. I did go to Scared Straight. I went to Scared Straight with a correctional officer when I was about 17 years old. And the correctional officer we knew took us there so we can stay, you know, we can not end up in prison. Because I wasn't a bad kid when I was young. Okay, I became a New York City guardian angel in 1986, and I've been rolling with angels for 40 years. So he took us to the prison system. And these dudes in there looked like they was lifting houses. Not weights, houses. And one of my childhood friends decided he wanted to think this whole thing was funny. And they was gonna take him right there. They kept saying, yo, the CO around? They said, you think this is a joke? The only one they gave respect to really was me, because I was listening. And I said, they said, let me tell you something, young blood. You seem like you got a head on your shoulder. You're the only one not laughing, you listening. Don't end up in here, man. And they gave me a hug, man. They knew who was gonna be there and who was not. Who was gonna be there and who's not. So yeah. Another reason not to, so yeah, you're right. You're right about, I got you. But it's a money-making scheme, man. And they know blacks and Hispanics, we going straight to prison, man. They already got their eye on us. But we give them this firepower because we won't stop the bull crap. And the women that's in the hood, not all of them, because some of the women that live in the hood made a wrong decision. They got pregnant. They thought that, you know, being with a gangster was going to be the right thing. They lied. They made their bid. They lied it, but they got out. But a lot of women are doing the same revolving door. They go from one gangster. He goes to prison to die. Then they'll go to another gangster. He goes to prison and die. And it won't stop. And they look at the ones that's nerdy, look at them soft. The nerdy ones are the ones that's either becoming scientists, doctors, and lawyers, or they go to trade schools and they open up their own business and they work for somebody like my brother did, and they open up their own company. And then when they come back to the hood to visit the people that did stand behind them and wasn't clowning them, you got the women coming out, I should have stayed, you know, I should have gave you a chance. They coming out with a bonnet on their head, a baby in their hands, let's just be honest, and like 3 and 4 kids. So yeah, straight to prison. Thank you. They know what time it is, man. You think that, this whole thing is a money. Why do you think they want us in prison and they don't want to let us go? That's their gravy train. But we fall for it. We don't listen. We're not understanding, like, chill out. You make a mistake, okay. You correct that mistake and you get yourself together. But this stuff with the color stuff, come on, man. I'm not gonna take nobody's life because he has on red and blue. Not gonna happen. It's stupid. Because that's the person that could have been the next scientist of the world or something, man. Real talk. So think about it, man. Think about it. Like, share this video. Just share it, man. Share it. Because it's gotta stop somewhere. As blacks and Latinos, we spend the most money. I just did a video on the Jordans, the new Wolves. Everybody's going crazy over sneakers that only cost $16 to $35 to make. Louis Vuitton and Italy their plants just got shut down temporarily because the president and the government over there said, listen, these bags cost $100 to make, and y'all selling them for $3,000 and $4,000. That's ridiculous. You're only paying for names. We got to get ourselves together because things that's going on, if the dollar drops and if anything gets really bad, we're going to be in trouble. If you're going to be a gangster, do like Malcolm X did, do like these other black people did. They was gangsters for real, but they took care of their responsibilities, man. They did it. That's why I said a lot of people don't like me because I get on black people. I get on black people, but not because I hate them. I get on them because I love them, and I know we could do better. This is Big Hawk, Yonkers native. The next live will probably be tomorrow. Y'all take it easy. I'm out.